If anybody can tell you, I mean, it's that guy because he's had the best of both worlds. But I guarantee you this, the Broken Universe was a lot more friendly to his body than the TLC matches were, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. The Broken Universe, the guy can do well into his 40s. So, you know, if anybody has the right to say that, and the education, it's definitely him, bro.
Matt Hardy opened up about his time in AEW. He said, look, we have incredible star power. If you were at WrestleCon in Philadelphia, it was outrageous how much we signed, how many people that were there to see us. We have fans coming up crying to us like it's 2000 all the time. But I feel like AEW is more focused on having a 5-star match as opposed to having a segment that is hugely impactful and makes a moment. So EC3, what do you echo the sentiments of Matt Hardy when it comes to AEW?
I don't know if I can echo it because I don't watch the project with a bunch at all, ever. But I would say I know how Matt's want and need and ability to tell captivating stories and push the envelope and really get creative, really get, dare I say, weird, and deliver things like moments. I mean, here's Matt Hardy, who's had a stellar career, been in classic matches, SummerSlams and WrestleManias and everywhere. But honestly, and it's really a huge honor for me, but we did a double turn at a TNA show in Bethlehem that is like, you know, is not nearly that size of an endeavor, but he still ranks it as one of his favorite things he's ever done because of the story we were able to tell going into it and how we got there and the twists and the turns and how it all paid off. And being a part of that with him really, I don't know, it made me way better and really appreciate that art of it. So I know Matt really enjoys the storytelling aspect. I don't think you can, a 5-star match is not a hard thing to do if you can create the characters people want to see and tell a great story. Like, it's a trickle-down effect. I think I talked about it. The EC3 hierarchy of wrestling needs, right? You know, character, story, than the actual wrestling. But great characters with compelling stories equals 5-star wrestling if we had to give it a star rating, which we don't. But we can say that was a moment that meant something that we'll remember. So whether it's as a talent, whether it's a fan, I know Matt's into that, and I agree with him on that. I can see a lot of people foregoing that for the actual in-ring aspect, but I think it's very hard to have a 5-star match with a crowd that is indifferent to what you're doing, sort of excited to see movement.
Check out BrainBuster, the daily quiz that tests your WWE knowledge with winning streaks, stats, and more. It's time to see if you're up for the challenge.
What do you think, Vince?
Bro, you're talking about a guy that had one of the greatest matches ever in that TLC match, and then he did the Broken Universe. So he knows. I mean, that's, if anybody can tell you, I mean, it's that guy because he's had the best of both worlds. But I guarantee you this, the Broken Universe was a lot more friendly to his body than the TLC matches were, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. The Broken Universe, the guy can do well into his 40s. So, you know, if anybody has the right to say that, and the education, it's definitely him.
Yeah,
it seems like what he's done in Impact with Moose too. He seems reinvigorated because he has that. I hate the term for creative freedom, but he has that leeway to be listened to develop and tell a story, and in the process, get over a talent like Moose. Yeah. And I think that's what really drives him.
And Vince, to your point of the Broken Universe, I mean that started. What? 8 years ago? About 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the catalyst of it because I turned them crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. You were very pivotal parts of the Broken Universe there. So,
to those real fast that were into the Broken Universe, I did a podcast with Matt Hardy, and Rebby was there. But it was on the Matt Hardy's podcast, so we did it live in front of people, and it was at a WrestleCade, I believe, but it's a pretty cool listen if you guys want to check it out. Check out Matt Hardy's stuff.
Nice. So to your point, Vince, that was nearly a decade ago, and he's still doing it. You know what I mean? So, you know, when people look at Matt Hardy, you know, they're not saying TLC, they're saying delete. You know what I mean? And that's the importance of character development and the lasting, you know, power of that character development there. So
I think too, to his point, where they were, you know, fans crying and taking pictures and their lines out the door. Matt and Jeff have reached a level of over that very few can ever reach. So no matter what they do, where they go, where they are, people will be excited to see them, and they will, you know, change lives if they get, you know, that opportunity.
Yeah.
And like, I even working with Matt and Jeff sometimes, an impact when we had subpar marketing, we come to a town to do a show, and, you know, getting gas at the gas station, you walk in, hey, Russell, yeah, we got a big show down the street. Oh yeah, anyone I know on it? Yeah, like Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy. You got Matt, Jeff Hardy on the show? I had no idea. So sometimes the forum for which we're putting it out there isn't necessarily seen if you're catering to, dare I say, such a small market with small ideas.